Get ready for this thrilling adventure towards the knee pain relief. In today's video, we will embrace a holistic approach to knee wellness. And nervous system retraining and movement intelligence are our secret tools. So let's get into today's movement and the nervous system retraining. So today's lesson, we're going to use a chair. So go ahead and grab a chair. Okay, so once you are sitting on the chair, be sure to sit on the front of the chair, not leaning back and against the backrest. So go ahead and move and scoot yourself forward a little bit. And let's do it without the shoes, if that works okay for you. No shoes, no socks, that would be good, so that you get more feedback from your feet from the ground. Okay, so that's just my preference. And so sit with the feet, knees about the shoulder width apart or hip width apart. Okay, like so, knees are bent, your knees over your ankles, and so that they're not together, they're not too wide apart here. So your legs are not crossed, right? So you have a nice solid ground. And so from here, this is a really, really simple movement retraining lesson. Rather simple. It could be challenging and difficult in terms of adapting the new movement patterns. But this is important to remind you now that it's not a stretching, strengthening exercises that you're probably more used to. You are here and watching this video because you are dealing with the knee pain, discomfort, and you want the relief. Maybe conventionally, you've done some strengthening, stretching exercises based on maybe others' opinions, but this video is not about that. It is about changing your brain, the nervous system, and the movement patterns. All right. So it is important that you pay attention to your body, and then it aims at changing the relationship between your knee and all the other parts. And you're really changing the relationship with your own body. So that's really the aim of the video. So from here, what you're going to do is you're going to push your foot through the heel, right side first, and down into the ground. And what happens when you push through the heel, okay, and then the weight and the force is going to transmit through the bones. And using that force to move and shift your body weight over to your left side. And then when you release that pressure of the foot, and then let the weight come back to the center. So pay attention to the transmission of the force and the movement as you are begin to push your heel down into the ground. So if you can visualize the forces coming up through the bones, right? So from the heel, from the lower leg, through the knee, through the thigh and the hip, and through the torso, and then the weight is shifted over to the other side. And then when you let go, and then movement and the force is returning back there. All right, so starting from here, up through here. But if the movement is inefficient, and then you may find that you lose that the efficient transfer and transmission of the force. Maybe your knee goes inward or knee goes outward, or you're starting to really work through your back, and then you've lost that coordination, you've lost that well-integrated movement. And that's really the focus here, is efficient transfer of the movement and the force. Here. Starting from the ground, pushing through here, and then weight shifted over to the other side, and then coming back. Once this movement becomes more efficient, so you can clearly connect the movement from the leg, from the ankle, and through the torso, and then weight transfers and let go. And then you can now switch over to the other side. You do the same thing, pushing through your foot, pushing the heel down into the ground, and then visualize the force coming up through the bones, from the ground up through the lower leg, through the knee, through the thigh, through the hip, and then weight is now transferred to the right side. And when I let go, and then the force returns back. down, push, and let go. Push, and let go. If you haven't watched my previous video, on the first one, we did almost like a bridging exercise where you lie down on your back and then pushing through the both feet first, and then you practice pushing through the one foot and pushing through the other foot, and then alternating movement. So the movement is very, very similar, except you're doing now in a chair. So if you have not watched that previous video, I highly recommend you watch it. Okay? Push through here and back. Quick reminder, it's not the knee you're trying to change. It is the relationship. You're going to improve your relationship between the knee and your ankle, hip, and the torso. It's the whole coordination. That is what you're going to improve, because everything is connected. You cannot change the knee by itself. The knee is influenced by what happens to everything else, right? So the only way you can improve your knee is by changing your movement patterns. It's changing the whole relationship. And that's what movement retraining is, and the nervous system retraining is all about. Okay? It's not doing the prescribed strengthening exercises. This is why it's so unconventional and to many people, maybe you, right? Now you're done on both sides and you alternate. Okay, pushing to the right, clear transmission of the force, weight shift over to the other side, you let go, and now you go to the other side and push through the other foot. Let the weight transfer clearly and cleanly to bring your weight over to the other side. You let go and then alternate, push and back, push and back, push and back, push and back. When that transmission of the force becomes so clear, then there is really no wasted movement. Therefore, your knee is, the movement is going through very, very cleanly and clearly through the knee. There is really no excessive stress to the knee. And in that, changing the movement patterns, and that will be carried over to your walking and other functional activities, then your knees are going to be much, much healthier. You have a much healthier relationship with your knee. And that's really what this is about. Okay? And all the previous lessons is all about that. And all my videos and on my channel is about that, everything about that. It's not about strengthening, stretching the muscles, right? But conventionally, that's what we are so conditioned to think about. But I'm hoping to really change a perspective of how you look at the movements, how you approach the movements in general. Okay, so you can practice alternating, pushing, 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 and focus on improving the quality of the movements, and don't focus so much on doing a certain amount of repetitions. The repetitions are helpful and to change the movement patterns. But if you don't really attend to your quality of the movements, how you're moving, then most likely you're going to just strengthen and reinforce your habitual patterns. Then that is going to ultimately or potentially actually do more harm to your knees than good. Okay, so please pay attention to your body while you are retraining your nervous system and the movement patterns. You can practice a couple times a day. And if you like this lesson and this video, and please hit the like button. And if you are new to my channel, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And I would appreciate it. You can share my channel with your friends and family. And then if you have any questions, anything you'd like to share with me and others in this community, and please do that. And you can leave your comments and questions in the comment section down below. I would really, really appreciate that. So thank you so much for watching my video, and then I will see you next time. Bye-bye. I want to let you know that you can join my free masterclass, Path to Comfort, Confidence, and Authenticity in Your Body. And this is an overview of my comprehensive movement course called Understanding How Your Body Moves Method. If you want to submit your application to this course, and you can do so in the master class. So I hope to see you inside the master class.